Hi, I'm Sue Smith and I create stained glass mosaics for the home and garden. Here's an introduction to some of the techniques I use.
This one's going to be more of a free form flower, a little bit like a daisy. You can use a mixture of different whites in here, it doesn't really matter, and the more different ones it gives it more depth to it. And we'll be using these wheeled mosaic nippers for this. Basically you want to just randomly cut into here, so just cut the pieces like that. Try to get them roughly the same size, but it's not important. And little bits will also fill in the little gaps around the side here. And keep going again with this one until you think you have enough. Now, depending on how fast you work, you can actually glue the whole tile, but probably better just to do the centre part where you're actually going to be working to begin with. So spread the glue out. You need to get this glue about 1 millimetre in depth. If you take too much, use a spare tile and keep it on there as a palette. Keep spreading the glue out until it's round about 1 millimetre thick in the area that you want to work. There we go. Put in your centrepiece, press down so that you can't see the glue marks underneath, and then start to lay your pieces in just around the central piece like that. Fill in the little edges, the little gaps around the edges with smaller pieces like this, and it gives it more of a sort of shaggy look like a chrysanthemum. And just keep going. If it's too long like this one, just chop either end off. And the pieces can be random in shape and size. There we go. Just keep going until you've got right round. Okay, you can keep spreading some more glue. Take it from your palette if you've got some there, and spread it around and put some buds in place. Get right up to the edge. There we go. Just take some random triangles like that and pop those in. And just put a few more in. There we go. And pick another one. There we go. If you're not happy with the shape, you can always just trim it off slightly. Okay. Now you need to fill in the background fairly quickly because you don't want all this glue drying. So this glass I'm using here is a restoration glass and it's uneven on one side. In order to get the seal that you need, it's better to chop this up fairly small. Just chop randomly using the nippers and start to place those into your mosaic. You need to leave around 1 millimetre, minimum of 1 millimetre gap between each piece of glass. You can leave larger gaps, but you do need some. It creates a seal when you've grouted to make the piece waterproof. So continue on to fill that in. You can use straight parts for your edges if you wish. Continue right round the edges, pressing in all the way around the edges to make sure you've got a good seal with your glue against your mirror and no paintbrush marks. If you've got those marks, the grout could seep underneath at the end. So continue on until you finish the whole piece. It's not too important to get this straight, it's not too important if it sticks off the edge, you can grind that off at the end.